Hi there all together and thanks for turning on the GCDW Podcast. Ja, ihr hört es schon, irgendwas ist anders, denn diese Episode ist nicht ganz das, was ihr bis jetzt gewohnt seid. Our English-speaking listeners can feel free to skip here the intro. Ja, da einige unserer Spieler dem Deutschen nicht so mächtig sind, wurde das Gespräch mit Jori auf Englisch geführt, aber auch nicht mit mir, sondern mit Jonas Kaminski, der auch schon in Folge 5 zu Gast war. Deshalb wisst ihr vielleicht auch, dass er in Cardiff studiert hat und fließend Englisch spricht. Ich kann zwar auch ganz gut Englisch, aber hin und wieder fehlen mir da einfach die Vokabeln beim Sprechen und deswegen fand ich das eine ganz gute Idee, als ihr mir das angeboten habt. Ich habe jetzt auch in dieser Folge so gut wie alles verstanden und hoffe, auch ihr habt damit ganz viel Spaß.
So today the episode is with Jori Mantha, our first English-speaking guest from Canada, and myself, so Jonas. And yeah, first I would start with asking Jori to introduce himself.
Yeah, so hello to everyone and hello to the internet. My name's Jori Mantha. I'm playing my second year with the Vivica Volleys at Galster Club de Veld. And I'm happy to be the first English speaker on the show. So I apologize to any of the non-English speakers. I'll do my best to not to speak German because I won't, mostly because I'm unable. But I will try to, speak at a pace and, speak in a way that can be easily understandable.
I mean, you're learning German already, which is amazing. So we had a little discussion in the beginning about a picture.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to say something to that?
Yeah. So if any of the listeners here have been on the volleyball club's Instagram, they'll have seen a certain picture that was posted of me as kind of a, and I guess the Facebook as well, kind of a like promotional picture for this podcast that I was meant to be on, and I can't stand the picture. I think I look so bizarre. I think I look strange. Like I look a little cross-eyed. Like I look myself in the eyes. I don't know. I got a really weird feeling. I look at that guy, Jonas, and I don't see me. I see someone different. I don't know.
But we asked our community and they actually said 75% liked the picture. So I think it's a great picture.
I appreciate that I have, that there's people out there that can support me in that way. But guys, let's be honest. Just tell the truth, okay? You don't need to always press the flame emoji on Instagram. You can press the not cool emoji too. You don't need to be a yes man all the time.
Okay, I think that's.
But I appreciate the love.
All right. This one is definitely not enough to get one training off. We had the little thing with Max last year.
Yes. Yeah.
Where we may get a training off.
Yeah. So last year, I think that was one of the funniest things throughout the year. Max, before Oktoberfest, invited me over to his apartment just, in preparation. He lived right across the street from it. And so I went to his apartment and I saw this one picture of him where it looked like a mugshot. Like he was, just to explain, it looked like he was, under arrest for God knows what. And he's wearing some like black and white striped shirt or something. And his hair looks insane in his face. And I took a picture and I posted that to the group. And Max said that if anyone was able to find a bad picture of me, they would be able to get one training off of their choice for, throughout the season. And I don't think anyone ever...
No, we didn't make it.
It never came through.
No.
Max lied. It was a lie.
The coach was too hard on that one, I think.
Yeah. And people had pictures.
Yeah.
I think you had at least 5.
I had a really good one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we should talk about this.
Not the best idea, no. But, that was good.
So, you're from Canada. So, the first question would be about the differences between Canada and Germany. What do you think? What are the biggest differences?
The biggest differences between Canada and Germany. There's not many. I mean, there's I think both countries are quite similar in terms of, people are overall I feel quite nice.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like, you know, the people themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I have a harder time understanding people in Germany than I do in Canada. That's a difference for me.
Okay, that's the language.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't
But
speak the
you're
same
learning?
language. Yeah. But no, I think that, you know, I think the cars are nicer here.
We
overall.
got really good cars, to be honest. Yeah, some nice BMWs, or how Max says.
Yeah, the BMWs. Yeah, I think that, you know, the food, I think the food is not as good as in Canada.
You think so?
Yeah, and I say that because in Canada we have food from all over the world, because Canada as a country is one of the most, you know, multicultural nations in the world. You know, think people think of Canada, and I don't think there's one stereotypical Canadian looking person. You don't just imagine, you know, I don't know, guy, blonde hair, blue eyes, or you know, this or that. You there is, I think of a Canadian, I don't even know what to think. I don't think of myself or someone else, because our country is really so divided in culture and nationalities, which is great. And it's also great for our restaurants, that there's so much food from all across the world, you know. And again, it's kind of this issue that I guess Canada doesn't have its own you know, kind of personality, you could say, when it comes to food. It doesn't have its own, you know, specialities. You know, people think syrup. People think of, I don't know if you've heard of beaver tails before, but there's a, you know, kind of like a pastry like dessert-ish thing called beaver tails you can get in Ottawa. You know, you think of certain things, and poutine as well, of course. But yeah, so we don't really have our own Canadian thing. But in fact, with all these other cultures that have come to Canada, we get to enjoy all of their cuisine. You know, it's sushi, it's Korean, it's Indian, it's, you know, especially all around Ottawa, my hometown, shawarma is really big. And
Shawarma from Israel.
Yeah, and shawarma, you know, and shawarma is like, it's the same as doner kebab here. But you find one on every corner.
Better or different,
yeah, and you know,
it's all the hummus or whatever on it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Really good.
Nice. So then, you're from Ottawa, right?
That's right.
Could you describe Ottawa? How is it there?
Yeah,
because it's quite far away from here.
Yeah, so Ottawa, I guess, was, you know, it was actually the Queen who, because Canada is, you know, a state of the Queen.
The Queen of England.
Yeah, and you know, we were part of, I guess, you know, that colonialism from back in the day that, you know, the UK was so well known for. The Queen came, and I guess she decided at one point, you know, Ottawa is a pretty nice looking place. I guess she didn't travel so far west, because really I believe that, you know, Western Canada, when I talk to people about traveling to Canada, I think really Western Canada is the more beautiful place to go and see. You think of Vancouver, you think of Whistler, you know, these different places. Ottawa, though, I mean, it has its own, you know, it's got its own couple little unique, you know, qualities to it. We have a canal that stretches through the city, that it is true people will skate to go to work in the winter. My father, for instance, not skating to work, but he has actually at one point brought his bicycle down onto the canal, and been able to kind of bike around, because it's ice in the middle for the skaters, but on the sides it's, you know, kind of packed down snow. Yeah. And so he's able to ride his bike along there. So there's a couple cool, you know, unique things. And then we have two, you know, really beautiful castles in the city. And I, as far as I'm aware, there's some law where, you know, our main government building is called the Parliament Buildings, and it's these big pointy buildings, one with the clock on it, if anyone's seen it. And I think that there's some rule that, you know, as far as our skyline is concerned, there's no buildings that can go higher than the Peace Tower, which is the highest tower with the clock on it. So it kind of you know, it preserves that, you know, special quality it has, that you look at Ottawa, you look at it kind of over from the Quebec side, from the water, and you can really see, the Parliament really sticks out, as well as the Chateau Laurier, which is a big, white castle.
Yeah.
Just opposed to the Parliament, that makes downtown really a nice place. But
nice.
Ottawa's really really nice, beautiful place. Rivers flowing through. There's not some huge mountains or something, but it's got some history there.
Yeah, sounds really good to grow up there. So let's talk a little bit about your life and then later about the volleyball career.
Great.
So you grew up in Ottawa. Then you studied at McMaster University. What did you study?
Yeah, I studied sociology.
Sociology, interesting. Okay, so you did a master's degree in there?
No, just a undergraduate.
Undergraduate. Okay. So you're considering later to continue studying or further plans?
Yeah, it's in the plans right now to go back and continue studies and try and find some work after volleyball, see what the real work life is like.
But first, the volleyball career. So
That's
you
right.
played. First professional station was in Cyprus.
Yeah.
What is the club called?
Nia Salamina Famagusta.
Yeah, I tried that. It was really difficult.
Yeah.
How was it there?
It was warm.
Okay.
Yeah, and in more ways than one. It was, So my first contract that I was offered was through a friend who was playing for that club, and he told me after I finished at university, he told me that our club's looking for an opposite, and
you played opposite back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, would you be interested? And I said, yeah, like that's my dream was to play professional volleyball, so let's do it. And and my first full season living in Cyprus, it was, for me, a really cool, interesting experience because, I was my first time moving out of the country and, going off on my own. And if you know Cyprus, it's this little Mediterranean island, just north of Egypt, south of Turkey. And, it was interesting. I mean, as far as the volleyball was concerned, the volleyball wasn't great. It's not the highest level. I think that, maybe I'm trying to think, maybe the top two teams would compete in the Bundesliga and they would be somewhere, relative to us, maybe middle of the pack to upper, they have a bit of money. But for the most part, I mean, it was really nice because it's warm there all year round. It was, I got to live with another Canadian when I was there. It was the only time that I've, until coming to this club, that I played with a Canadian. It's the only time I played with a North American at all until coming to this club.
And you met two.
And yes, and so it's still, my teammate that I played with there, his name was Colton DeMann. He was a player from out west in Canada. He's the only Canadian I've ever played with still, and I think that's true. I want to say it's true.
Apart from university back then.
Yeah, of course. It was nice. It was nice.
Interesting. So Max has to look for another Canadian then, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
depends.
I think we're a good people. We're a good people.
Yeah,
so I would support it.
So after that, you went to ACH volleys.
Yeah,
ACH in
ACH, how they say it in
Ljubljana.
Slovenia. That's right.
How was that?
So ACH was really nice because it was a step up from the Slovenian team that I played for the year before. So in between Cyprus and ACH, I played for one like middle of the pack Slovenian team, Okahoce.
Okay. Yeah.
And playing there was all right. I got to be, kind of the go-to guy on a team that was really young.
Still as an opposite.
No, there. And so
Outside.
that was my first professional season as a full-time left side. Yeah, outside.
Okay. Interesting.
And so, it was obviously a struggle, trying to figure out reception and stuff like that. I think people can see it still is sometimes. But what's important is that, I was able to just get a lot of reps. Like,
reps.
I was playing on a young team, a smaller team. I was the guy who would get, like 30 balls a game to 40 balls a game on that team.
Perfect.
So I was, I was able to show I was still younger back then, so my knees and my back held up really well. It was the only season I had with no injuries.
Okay.
And then
last year you had no injury, I think.
So
okay,
just
maybe minor
some
things,
knees or
but-
back, things here and there. But then, the season after I went to play for ACH, and this was a really, for me it was really big. But if I'm honest, I didn't get on so well on that team. I don't really know. I think the injuries started to plague me a lot more that season.
Yeah.
It was just a really fast moving season. I mean, I was lucky to play in the Champions League.
Yeah.
We played in this Mevza league, which involves Slovenia the top teams from Slovenia, Austria, Croatia.
It's like the small countries division.
Yeah, exactly. I think it translates.
Champions League.
Mevza translates to something like Middle European Volleyball Zone Association or
something like that. So you compete there as well.
So we had tons of games through Mevza. We had 6 matches in Champions League. We had the Slovenian league to be playing through the whole time, and then also Cup. And I think in total we must have played somewhere between 55 to 60 matches in the season.
Okay.
So we're playing sometimes twice to 3 times a week and really grinding. And that took a toll. That was when I think I should have really been concerned with taking better care of my body, and
strength-wise,
didn't do well.
Strength was always good, but then more rehabilitation-wise.
Yeah, and we didn't really have that so much. In terms of the physio and stuff. Don't get me wrong, we had our guy for physio that would come and
no Yoshi basically.
Yeah. So we needed. I needed to do something more, and I was still just learning, and when all of this hit me at once. So that was a tough season. But what came out of that season, I guess, was I was able to get a contract to come play here. So that was the good news.
You are Air Canada.
Yeah, that's right.
Here playing at the WWK volleys.
Yeah, right.
And very interesting that you made it here. So do you like Hersching?
Yeah.
I mean, the city.
Who doesn't?
The lake.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's obvious when people from Germany are told in a global pandemic, okay, you can't go travel anywhere outside of the country, they come to Hersching. It's obviously, I think a lot of Bavaria is really beautiful. As much as I've seen of it, going all around to the Alps and to Neuschwanstein. There's so many castles around here, which is something that is so underappreciated by the locals. I feel like the architecture around is really nice as a tourist. But Hersching itself, I love it. It's this such a nice, quiet little town, just little walks on the lake.
You go in the lake every day, even in winter.
Yeah, every so often. Yeah, it's freezing. It's freezing. Only when Robin forces me to.
Robin is our physio.
Yeah, that guy's a madman. Even going fully underwater with his head, I can't understand how he does it. But Hersching as a town, super nice. I think that people are, pretty kind around the town. It doesn't feel like, big city vibes or something like that. It's quite relaxed, and I enjoy that personally.
Interesting, yeah. So you're here known as Air Canada because you jump sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. After a couple
warm-up hits,
ibuprofen, and a couple Red Bulls or something. Yeah, then sometimes I can jump.
So considering that, did you ever get in touch with the Canadian national team?
No. Besides a couple run-ins earlier on in my career, I mean, I've tried out for the junior national team before.
Okay, interesting, yeah.
And I wasn't able to make it. And I tried out for the national B team, and I wasn't able to make that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
we were talking before about that the head coach of our national team, essentially kind of passed me off as being like a fat guy.
Too fat. Okay.
And fat doesn't really work for volleyball. He told me it seemed like I'd gained a little bit of weight. I had a really good tryout. It's a 3-day tryout that they hold in Gatineau, Quebec, and I really feel like I played lights out. And
Even your teammates told you.
Yeah, and some of the other guys I was trying out with, who I played a lot before with in the past, they were telling me, really good job, Jori, you're doing really well. And it was really sad to hear. I got into the meeting.
But
I needed to shed a couple pounds. So ever since then, I feel like I've had this weird relationship with my weight. Like I look in the mirror, sometimes I judge myself more.
You have power. You can see that in your jumps. You can see that in your arm.
I'm not as worried now about it as I was before, because I've been able to keep it up for long enough. But it's something that I look back on. I can at least laugh at it now.
I think
but it was rattling at the time. But now it's okay.
You said one really good joke about it. I really liked it, where you described yourself with a car. Can you maybe repeat that?
What joke was that?
You said that you were like an F-150, like the Ford.
Yeah, I'm the Ford F-150 of volleyball players. I got a big load in the back. I pack on the weight, but I'm sturdy. I'm not like the
Really
Ferraris.
powerful.
I'm not like the Ferraris of the game. You're talking about like a Luke Van der Ende and like a Georgia Illich. These guys are like friggin' toned. These guys look like swimsuit models. So I'm just trying to jump in the air and hit balls hard. So
But it works really good for us. All right, but here we have to describe ourselves as a BMW, so I would say you are a BMW
I appreciate
X6.
that. X6.
But the others would be then, I don't know, Z4 or...
I don't know. I mean, if we're talking, is there like a smart car version of a BMW?
The 1 Series is the smallest, I guess they have.
That would be like Hannes.
Or the Mini Cooper.
That would be like that would be, this would be like Hannes and Fertl. They would be like the Mini Coopers. And Fertl's has a particularly loud horn. Really loud horn.
Especially when referees show up.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you like the most with the VVK volleys or WWK volleys?
Yeah. What do I like most about them? Yeah, I guess
So
it's
the club
it's really the atmosphere around the club.
Okay.
That it's such an interesting blend, if I can be perfectly honest, of professionalism as well as unprofessionalism. I'm struggling with English myself.
No problem.
In terms of it's a pretty successful Bundesliga club, and I think as a team we're able to do quite well, and it has this atmosphere of just feeling not so much like a business, or like I've played like ACH in particular.
Okay.
It's really strict with some of these clubs. Head coaches are on the brink of getting fired over. We didn't lose a single game in Slovenia when I played with ACH. Not one game. We lost 2 sets.
But still you said it was a tough season.
And still our head coach was fired halfway through the season because things are strict there.
Yeah.
And
more like the Eastern European culture.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone's firing. Max isn't going to fire himself. I mean, and I'll put money on that one. I think he's got
the safest job as a coach in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, I would say that. But besides the point, I think it's a really nice team to be around. I think before Corona virus and before and we had fans and everyone coming to the games,
the atmosphere here.
I've never seen a group of fans in the Bundesliga who party like people do in Hersching. I I came here and the lights that are going off, and the king of Hersching comes out and he has some skit, and you guys would be telling me in German, what he was saying and translate it to me. And he's just, talking shit the whole time. And I think just the atmosphere around the club is it's really fun and positive. It's not, of course we want to get down to business and do our thing, and we want to win games.
Win at the end on the court,
I don't think that anyone's here just to have fun. I mean, we want to win. But some clubs make it difficult to have fun along the way, and Hersching does not. I come to practice and I enjoy it, and I enjoy the people that I'm around and the people that I'm with, and everyone that helps out with the club. I really come to respect and appreciate all those people. So yeah, it's really enjoyable playing here.
It sounds really nice. But yeah, so isn't it a disadvantage to have such a big biceps playing volleyball? So to go a little bit into the volleyball.
Who is asking that question?
This was actually our
is this
our marketing manager.
Oh yeah.
So it's from himself.
He
was really interested in that, I think.
Yeah, I blame. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think half of volleyball, when it really comes down to it, I think 50% of volleyball is how you feel. You want to feel loose and you want to feel confident, and you want to play hard and play well. So it's how you feel. And I think 50% of volleyball is really how you look. And that means, you got to have a jersey that fits you nice. Okay. And you got to have shoes that look clean. Yeah. And you got to have biceps that pop out, that, when people are watching you on the Bundesliga stream that has, 360 pixels, they're trying to figure out which one's you.
I think it's some more, but then they have to identify your biceps.
Yeah, for me, they look at the biceps. Tonight they might look at my hair, but before they might look at the biceps.
Yeah, I've seen you got a new haircut today.
Yeah, I've got a COVID cut, which is good for all. This is as a audio, only podcast. Yeah, I've gone and cut my own hair. I would like to say with my girlfriend's help. She's not out of this. Yeah. I've gone and given myself a haircut, and it looks. It's up to everyone else to decide how it looks. Yeah, I think it looks sick.
I think it's a good idea. We make a poll out of it.
Yeah, this is a good poll to make because.
And to be honest, guys, you have to be honest with this one.
Yeah, because and this is true because I spoke with my girlfriend last night, and she's been really supportive. It is looking pretty good. And then today, I put some what do you call it? Like wax?
Yeah, hair wax.
I put some wax in it. I threw little spikes on it, and I walked into the room and I told her, I was like, "Hey, do I look sick or what?" And she told me, Jonas, she's like, "I don't like it at all."
What?
Yeah, she went back on it.
But she did the haircut.
She helped.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to say she did the whole thing.
Okay, she's not fully responsible.
Yeah, but I think the issue is that we only had my beard trimmer.
Okay.
And we didn't have the good full clippers for hair. Yeah. And so we were kind of we were kind of working against the tide in a way. But yeah, I would love to do a poll because it's growing on me.
Yeah.
And
see what you can do out of it.
I just want to figure out, and a poll would be great. Is if people think I should also have the back done, because the biggest thing right now is that it looks like some sort of mullet or mohawk. People are saying
maybe they can take a look at the other side. We play against Netzhoppers, and there's one guy.
Exactly. Look in the first set, and then wait, and then look again in the second set. And yeah, let's see. I would love to know people's opinions on it.
I think we can do that. But yeah, like a COVID cut, I think is a good description.
Yeah. The COVID cuts is where it's at.
And all under
you guys' hair is all weighing you down at this point. It looks like everyone on the team has a mop on their head. Yeah. And I just wanted to kind of, I wanted to freshen up. and get, it's more important for me to get the sides cleaned up.
The sides,
because
ears free.
It feels like feels like you're a wet dog, when you have like sweaty hair, like playing volleyball and you're just sweating out of your head, and the side, and when there's so much hair on the sides, that really bugs me.
Especially if it's so warm outside at the moment.
Yeah. Hot summer. 8 degrees.
Yeah, I can fully understand. All right. So let's get back a little bit to your career. Okay. What are your further goals in your volleyball career? Do you have any? I guess you have.
Yeah. My that's a good question, because I feel like a lot of people, when they're talking about volleyball careers, they want to have like kind of an end plan for what they do. Maybe that's just, go and play for their home club and stuff like that, and
or play for,
live it out. The way that Fertile has,
Italian club, Polish club, like Russian club.
Fertile was able to have a pretty interesting run of a career, playing in some good countries for some good clubs. And then he decided, he wants to play left side for a club in Hershing. And they told him, no, you have to play libero on weekends. And he said, okay, fine, I'll do it. But he is officially a left side for this club. I want to make that clear.
Training he does, yeah.
Yeah, but for me personally, I don't know. I don't really have some like set goal or something that I want to work towards.
You see from year to year how it goes, what you can achieve.
That's pretty much it. And I think now more than ever, that's, really important. At least it's such an interesting time right now with
the virus
COVID
and everything,
and how leagues are working, and, will clubs have the financial, side sorted out to actually be able to, continue working and moving forward as a club. For me personally, my goals in the future, I would like to try and make, a couple more years out of these knees and this back that I have. And before, I'm retired to a wheelchair for the rest of my life. But before the wheelchair, I think a couple more years. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure with who, but I'm not getting any younger. I just want to kind of enjoy the ride,
volleyball, enjoy the club,
and that's the thing.
Visitors again.
Yeah,
maybe
it'd be nice to have the fan. It'd be really nice to have the fans back.
Yeah, is it different to play without fans?
I don't know, Jonas. Is it different to play without fans?
For me, it feels a lot different.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is nothing alike it was before.
Yeah.
But
I think the biggest thing, it's hard to remember almost what it was like.
It's nearly a year ago. I think our last game with visitors was end of February. Yeah, true.
It was right around right around maybe even just beginning of March. Yes.
Could be, but
and
year ago, crazy.
Yeah, so
you're right.
I think that this year's been really strange, and that's something that I wonder is how different the league standings might be. Sometimes a home game isn't a home game. If you don't have your fans, it's really just which team's taking a road trip. Yeah. For a club like us, I think it impacts us more than it does to some other clubs.
Yeah.
You got clubs like, I don't know, Frankfurt. Who's showing up to a Frankfurt game? No one. You got clubs like Unterhaching.
Yeah.
The new Unterhaching. Who's showing up to that? Also,
I
parents.
think
maybe the parents. Maybe
they have some. They have a history.
Yeah,
or first division volleyball. So I think they have actually some.
Yeah, or maybe some of Benny's girlfriends. Maybe, but that's really it. But for Hershing, we have like really crazy dedicated fans. Yeah. We have fans that watch us from outside.
Even now, yeah.
And
they come to the window, watch.
And that is, that's incredible. The dedication that the fans have here. And, Yeah, I miss hearing the loud crowd and the songs and the dancing and everything and the beers after the game. Like these
Maybe
people,
there were a couple,
these people made it so much fun to play here, and I think hard to play against us because, for one, small gym. 2, filled with fans. 3, it is so hot, and you have all these 1,000 fans against you, yelling at you as a team coming in here.
Yeah, and they were so close to the court as well.
I think Hershing more than a lot of other clubs really benefits from, or I guess we benefit from having fans.
Last year,
but we it's more difficult for us not.
Yeah, let's hope they're back soon. And
agreed.
I mean, we play Netshoppers today. We had a pretty hard game before Christmas.
Yeah.
Against them, which we unfortunately lost.
What was the final score in the 5th set? 28?
28-26 or 29-27, something like that. 5th set, and unfortunately was the cup semifinal.
Yeah.
Really hard game. Yeah, you did a really good job there. What do you think about the game?
That cup, well, I would like to say first and foremost, officially, that I thought it was a great game in terms of volleyball as a spectator sport. You can't ask for more. I mean, that fifth set was insane. That was a really strange game. I think only the guys on the team would know that. I think after the second set.
We were 2-0 ahead.
We were 2-0 ahead, and I pulled something in my calf.
Right, you had an injury or some kind of...
Yeah, and so I was working through an injury in that game. And while working through an injury, this Canadian setter who plays for the Netshoppers, Katarakis, decided to go on a blocking frenzy. I feel like I couldn't make a ball past this guy. I think that they're a really good team. I really like their team, and I like watching their team. And all in all, I thought it was a great game. Officially, I'd also like to say we won that game.
I think there was a match point which the guy... You attacked that ball, and he said it was touch.
Yeah,
and we have it on video, so that would be 19-17 or something for us.
And
however, the ref didn't call. So,
and I want to say even one other time. And now on a podcast is obviously not the time to go back and try and hash out old battles.
You cannot change it. I mean, we are over it as a team as well.
And what happened. That's okay. But I think it was really tough for all of us. It feels as though we've been in kind of a slump, since that. That was really a defeating moment for us. So today's a really good opportunity for us to switch that around. Change the story a little bit.
Yeah,
and
get around the setter.
We're not going to win this game and go to the cup final, but if we can beat the cup finalist who's there instead of us, I mean, that's going to be a great feeling for us as a team. So
we beat them once in the league, so let's try to do it twice.
Yeah,
so
we can get these guys.
I think so. Yeah.
Let's hope this ages like wine instead of like milk. This conversation, though, I'm calling it right now. 3-1.
3-1 for us. Is your call?
3-1 tonight, and Johannes Tilly, 5 service aces, only 3 errors. And Fertile only gets aced twice.
Only twice? Yeah. How often do you get aced? No.
Let's not talk about my
It's not? Okay.
It's going to be tough receiving these guys, the spin service in this team tonight.
But ace down the line.
No aces down the line in 5. I make that position that's my specialty now.
Yeah, I think actually you haven't been this year.
Not this year. Last year it was like my Achilles heel, but this year better. So 3-1 tonight.
3-1. I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
I go for 3-2 for us and 7 aces from Hannes, but I say also 3 aces from you.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, that gives me the confidence. Okay, I'm in for that.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
So, how would you describe your serve? I think it got a lot better this year.
I think the only way to describe it is by all definition inconsistent. Where I serve from, how aggressive I serve. How many go in, how many miss. Yeah, I think overall inconsistent. I've been trying to learn how to serve for, I don't know what, 15 years now. And
But I think in the last year,
it seems like this year I finally figured something out.
it goes closer over the net.
Yeah.
And actually, you had pretty good serves, especially in the first game against Nettoppers.
Yeah, that was
So,
kind of the weekend that something clicked.
Yeah.
And something sorted out. And I'm so happy because, like, man, it's been a long time coming, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, with different clubs and different seasons, I've had ups and downs with it. I think like anyone does with their serve, but really high ups and really low downs. You know, to the point where I think last year at the beginning of the year, I felt so bad. I was float serving.
You started float serve, right? Yeah, because
In our first
I think
game
Max
against
wasn't sure what
Gießen,
to tell.
Yeah,
what to tell
it
you.
was awful. It was awful. And yeah, now, you know, we switched that around a little bit. I have a little bit more confidence. I think a lot of it just has to do with that, you know. It's about, you know, throwing the ball in a good spot that you can attack it well. And yeah, don't hold back. You can't be afraid to make a mistake when you're going back to serve. You want to, you know, be aggressive and
Some famous coach said
risk management.
Serve is the first attack.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, right.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Some famous coach.
Some famous guy. Yeah, some famous guy.
I heard it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit different topics.
Okay.
So, traveling. Do you like traveling?
Yeah, I love traveling.
Where would you go next? Just to get a little bit off topic. Do you have any plans? Maybe summer? I mean, Corona is a bit limiting it a bit.
Yeah.
But I think you had some plans for last year.
You know, yeah. So
nice island.
we, my girlfriend and I were actually talking about this summer the potential of renting a kind of like a motorhome of some kind. And, you know, Canada is a really vast and beautiful country.
Huge.
And yeah, humongous. Like, I don't know how many people know that if you travel in a plane from one side of Canada to another, it takes if you go one side of Canada to another, it takes like 6 hours.
By plane, okay.
7 hours. Something like that.
So with a motorhome, it's insane, yeah.
Oh yeah. But I think it would be really cool to, you know, rent one of these like mobile homes in a way. So, you know, it's not like we're setting up tents or things like that, but, you know, we'd be able to sleep in, I don't know, different parks or something like that.
Do you have your own car, like huge?
Yeah. And then just go and do go and do cool hikes, you know, see some lakes, see some mountains. Because it's funny, like, as a Canadian, you know, I've never traveled and seen a lot of Canada.
Really?
It's, I guess it's the same as, well, I don't know if it's the same as people here, but I feel like a lot of, you know, I'll just say Europeans that I've spoken to over my years playing in Europe, you know, there's not always that much interest to go and do the touristy things in your own country.
Yeah.
For me, like, it's so cool to go to Neuschwanstein.
Yeah, but
and like walk around. Like this year, I walked around behind it, up the top. So you go on that bridge where you take like the picture. And then you walk, and then you're able to go up a mountain, and then you're above the castle looking down. And my girlfriend and I got some pictures up there, and I was like, wow, like, really so nice. But when it comes to traveling around Canada, like, there's so much to see, but I've never seen any of it. So I think if there's a place I really wanted to see, especially now with all these restrictions and stuff, I think traveling within Canada, doing something like that, you know, you're outdoors a lot of the time. It's just for, you know, going on hikes and, you know, like nature quests, you know. I think that'd be a great time.
So not staying in Germany over summer?
No, probably not. I mean, as long as, you know, I was actually online today, and I was looking at travelers. Yeah, just today though.
Just today.
That on our government website, there's been a posting that travelers going back into Canada are going to have to book a hotel room at these new government-run COVID hotels.
What? Okay.
And
Crazy.
essentially what the deal is that they want people that are traveling abroad to come home. And it's, I think, as far as the information that I saw and as far as I understand, which is, again, don't take this for granted, they're saying it's 3 days, something around $2,000 out of your pocket.
What?
And until you get your negative test.
Even as a Canadian. So
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. It's like when I get home, I'm wondering, will I have to go to one of these COVID hotels instead of going to,
Your home and
Exactly,
there, or
exactly.
hoping the vaccine is spread enough that it's all over. Yeah,
and so I think it's all been starting to happen because it's spring break in Canada.
Universities do.
And so people want to
parties.
travel to Mexico and to these kind of places
Where it's allowed. Or more
and
allowed, yeah.
Canada and Justin Trudeau is essentially saying guys, come on, now's not the time for travel. And so
they try to prevent that.
But but then I'm not sure how that affects travelers like me. I've been in Europe since August and it's for work. So yeah, I don't know how that will go.
Interesting.
But let me switch back to the travel thing. If I had a choice of where I could travel to, Japan is very high on my list.
I heard there are some Olympic Games.
So. Yeah, I heard so as well. I don't know if those are canceled.
No. They're possibly going to take place in July, August. I think last week of July, first week of August this year.
Okay.
However, there are still discussions, but I think they will do it. Maybe with visitors, maybe without, but they're definitely going to do it.
I don't know if this is a podcast or if this is the daily
news show,
yeah. We have a lot of information between you and me on here, I think. So I think that would be great. Yeah, obviously I don't think I would be going as an Olympian. But yeah, I really love, a lot of really...
Is Canada there, the volleyball team? They made Yeah, they made it.
Yeah, they made it.
So let's support them.
Yes, I've... I know a few of the guys still on the team who will be attending that. Yeah, as long as it happens.
Hopefully, but
yeah, hopefully. So
they cannot.
It's really a bummer they had to wait. Anyways, as far as traveling is concerned, Japan is really on my list of places to go. I think it'd be a really cool country.
As well.
Yeah, culturally really cool.
But
man, I love sushi. I love all the gaming stuff. This is Japan's one of these countries that gaming originated from. They have, I think, so much such a cool foothold in technology and how they've grown that industry from there. I would love to just walk around Tokyo and just take pictures of stuff. It's very
biggest city in the world or something like that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine it right now.
Crazy.
I guess I wonder how COVID is and stuff over there right now. I mean, it's an island, right? Maybe they're okay.
Japan is
like a New Zealand situation, but
I'm
I don't
not
know.
sure, to be honest. I didn't read about this.
Me neither. So much for the news show.
Maybe we find out for summer.
Yeah.
Would be good to go there maybe for the Olympic Games.
We'll book something.
We book something. Yeah. Let's do it now.
I want to be like one of those guys, like the fat guys with the towels and in the sauna, and I get those things in my hair, these weird hair rolls, like the bun, at the top.
Okay.
And just sitting in the sauna and and someone is just feeding me sushi. These are
nice beer, German beer though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's my dream.
And drive your F-150.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, then let's get to the community questions. We had some questions from the community.
Okay.
So first, from our sponsor, Sports Schwarz, so the guy who does the stickers on our shirt.
Nice.
Do you prefer pancakes